Hey, good evening, everybody. Hi, Lucky. Hi, Susan, Derek, Judy. Good to see you guys tonight. So, I wanted to go on. I'm on here a little bit early, but hey, Friday night. Nobody has anything better to do than to hang out with Subby for a little while. So, we are monitoring a line of storms that we definitely knew that this was likely going to happen. We just didn't know really how strong these storms are going to be when they move into west central Missouri. So we have a pretty healthy line out there right now. For those of you up there at Royal Stadium right now, I do believe they're still in a rain delay. And from the way it looks on KC Scout Cam, they're still getting some rain and some lightning around the area. Of course, they won't start the game until the lightning is gone, obviously for safety reasons. But I do believe they're still in a rain delay up there. But the strongest part of the line is up here between really from Chillicothe all the way down through Braymore, Richmond, Buckner, Blue Spring, down to Lee Summit. Now, we do have a pretty strong line of storms out here just south of Olathe, and then stretching all the way down into southeast Kansas, down around El Dorado and Derby, Kansas. It's moving very, very slowly east, northeast at around 25 miles per hour. So it's not moving at a very fast clip. So, and what I'm seeing now is this line. You guys see this little green line here. Let me put my pin on here. Let me show you guys. You see that little green line right there? That is an outflow. So typically what happens, and we've gone through this several times this spring, but what will happen, those storms will come across that rain-cooled air, and it will kind of choke them off just a little bit. So they don't strengthen very, very much. As long as we see this little outflow line here, storms should pretty much behave a little bit. But once we get, turn my pen off here, once we get up here to these storms here, they are starting to develop a little bit of an outflow as well in front of this line of storm. But we have two severe thunderstorm warnings for 60 mile per hour winds up here near Bramer, Richmond, Buckner, Blue Springs. We do have Team Havoc and Andy. He's up here in Carrollton right now. We'll be checking in with them from time to time as this line gets a little closer there to him. But right now there's a little cell just south of Harrisonville that popped up here over the last 5-10 minutes. But what we're going to do, we're going to follow this line as it comes across the state line. Now, Cass County, Johnson County, Pettis County here in west central Missouri, there are 3 of our 8 counties that we really kind of focus on here in west central Missouri. They are under a severe thunderstorm watch till 10 o'clock tonight. The rest of west central Missouri, we are not under a watch right now, but that doesn't mean that we couldn't get a strong storm or two as this line moves through, likely around, probably, I'm guessing, right around the 10 p.m. time frame. So they did issue a new special weather statement that's going to include parts of Bates and Cass County. So this is, let's read this here real quick. So at 7:33 here, just a couple minutes ago, they're tracking a strong thunderstorm near Lewisburg, moving east at 30. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, half-inch hail. And, of course, Paola, Peculiar, Osawatomie, Lewisburg, Lacine, Drexel, Lynn Valley, Cleveland, Freeman, Parker, Fontana, Lake Annette, Amsterdam, Westline, Merwin, Hillsdale, Childs, New Lancaster, Wagstaff, and Beagle are all in the path of this storm. So we are looking at 50 mile per hour winds, half-inch hail. It's moving east at 30, miles per hour. So let's just go ahead and time this out right now. So that's going to put Drexel at 748, Lacine at 757, Amsterdam at 8 o'clock, Freeman at 8:05, Amaret at 8:12, Archie 8:15, Adrian 8:18, Harrisonville 8:22, Passaic 8:22, Garden City 8:33, East Lynn at 8:34, Creighton at 8:45, and Holden at 9 o'clock. So, and that is, again, if this line continues at about the same speed and the intensity. One thing I have noticed is that there is a little gap between Lee Summit and Paola right now. That is, we're going to see what this little cell does here. This is just going to be just right at Lewisburg. We're going to kind of, I'm really kind of focusing on that cell to see how it interacts with the atmosphere as it continues to move to the east. That will kind of give us a pretty good idea of what this part of the line, this segment of the line, is going to do once it crosses the state line. So keeping a close eye on that. Sisters at the Royals game said looked like they're about to pull the tarp. Hey, maybe ball game's about on. Will it make it the far east of Warrensburg? Will it hit hard in Bucksall? So, you know, what we have to keep in mind, guys, is I don't know how strong this storm is going to be. I don't know how hard that the rain will come falling down. I don't know how much lightning it's going to have. These are summertime thunderstorms. Our biggest threat here is going to be for a strong wind gust of 60 miles per hour. We kind of talked about that all week this week, how any thunderstorms from, you know, last Tuesday all the way through the weekend and all the way into next week, any thunderstorm that happens to be in our neck of the woods or in your neck of the woods has the potential for a 60 mile per hour wind gust. That's just that's kind of the rule of thumb with summertime thunderstorms. The photographs as far as what direction the winds are coming out of at different elevations above your head, you know, most of those are straight, meaning it's all coming out of the same direction, where we don't get that rotation in the lower part of the atmosphere where you know, you could possibly have a tornado threat. We don't have those big strong mesocyclones that dumping quarter or golf ball size hail. So the strong wind threat is going to be the biggest threat that we have with this line of storms, or any storm for the weekend. We also have a chance for some strong storms tomorrow afternoon, Sunday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon next week. So it's going to stay relatively active up until, according to the LRC, right around August 1st. We're finally going to catch a typical dry period that's going to last about 10 days. But then we're going to have another system that's going to be working its way in, which is fantastic news for the farmers. The way this season has progressed with, 3 or 4 dry days. They might be hot, dry days, then we get a little bit of rain. Then we get a few hot days, and a little bit of rain. So we haven't really had a year like that in as long as I can remember. So it's good to see that the farmers might get a little bit of rain here over the next few days. Yeah, same thing, Norma. Same thing what I just said for Cold Camp. So again, this little outflow boundary, this little green line that you see out ahead of this, the more bright colors, that's actually a good thing to keep the thunderstorms down, respectable, maybe a little bit sub-severe, because they're going to kind of get choked out a little bit on that cooler rain air that is out ahead of that line. So we'll kind of wait and see how this progresses as it moves into Bates and Cass County. This line stretches quite a ways. It stretches all the way down into Oklahoma. But they did have a mesoscale come out here just a little bit ago, talking about maybe extending that severe thunderstorm watch a little bit further south, maybe to include the next tier of counties, maybe Benton, Henry, Bates County, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think there's, with the presence of a little bit of an outflow boundary, the main system is clear up here. And of course, this is where, if you guys remember what we talked a little bit about this morning during the video, kind of talked about up here in Illinois and Iowa kind of being the bullseye of the severe weather for tonight. And that's exactly where the bullseye of the severe weather is up here in Illinois and Iowa. It's a little bit closer to that disturbance. And so you're going to get a few more rotating thunderstorms up here in this area compared to what we are getting. And we're having just what they call upper level max, a little bit of a ripple that is creating this little boundary here that is creating all these thunderstorms along this line. So of course, during summer when we got up to 93 degrees today, hot, sticky, plenty of fuel for the fire, and that's the reason why we have a few stronger storms out there right now. Yeah, Terry, you might, like I said, we're, and in case anybody is, maybe just joining or whatever, kind of what I was just talking about a second ago, that we're just watching these storms. I'm not going to be able to tell you if 2 miles outside of Urich is going to get hail tonight. Those are the kind of questions I cannot answer. No meteorologist or atmospheric science researcher, nobody can tell you if it's going to hail at a certain point. We're just watching really for some strong straight line winds with any of these storms that are going to be moving into west central Missouri by probably tomorrow mid-morning. I'm going to say probably a good 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rainfall is what we'll get out of this line of storms. It'll be, hopefully all of west central Missouri will get that rain, but there could be a few places up in maybe in northern Johnson County, northern Cass County might pick up a little bit more than that. Hi, Matt Wareham. Good evening. They're over at Lacine, at Lynn Valley Lake. Yeah, they're getting ready to, there's Lacine Lake right there. You said Lynn Valley. So that's probably right in here somewhere. Lynn Valley Lake Swimming Beach. So, Clinton's fine. Somebody just mentioned I'd look for Clinton. Clinton's going to be fine. There's no storms around Clinton right now. So down in Lynn Valley, that right around Lacine, Terry, they're going to be getting hit with that outflow. They're gonna feel probably about a 30-mile-an-hour wind. That's going to be coming out of the northwest. It's going to cool them down. It's going to feel good, but then they'll have some. Doesn't look like a whole lot of lightning with this cell, but they could get a little bit of a 40, 50-mile-an-hour wind gust once the leading edge of those thunderstorms come through. So you might give them a little bit of a heads up. Make sure they have everything zipped up and tied up. Well, looking at Team Havoc, we can take a look at a picture. They don't have a stream going tonight. I guess they're just in a really bad area, so we won't be going to them. But I'll show you what it looks like where they're at right now, and we'll try to hit some of the KC scout cams. But they must be in a really low cell phone area. They were up there in Carrollton. So some pretty ominous skies up there in Carrollton with Team Havoc. So of course they're in a very low cell phone zone. So they're not going to have much of a stream up there this evening. But we'll check back with them from time to time, maybe get a picture of the sky there, see what it looks like up in Carrollton. Oh, it's not really too much of a fast moving. It's not necessarily a fast moving system. It's moving about 25 to 30 miles per hour, but it's it's not going to take long once it gets to you to move. So to get out of the way. So relatively fast moving system. There's not going to be a whole lot behind it. Once this system moves through, that's going to be probably about it. For the evening. Then we're going to have more chances as we go into Saturday as well. Let's take a look at the stadium there on I-70 westbound on KC Scout. So it looks like traffic's going at a pretty good clip. Man, look at that breeze. That breeze is coming out of, looks like that's kind of coming out of the west. So probably a much cooler breeze for them right now up there at the stadium. And again, this is westbound I-70 there at Stadium Drive. Doesn't look like it's raining there, so I'd say the game is probably getting awfully close to go ahead and letting it go ahead and begin. I think they started the game with a rain delay, so I don't even think they've even started the game yet. So hopefully that'll get started here in just a little bit. That radar with all the colors look quite heavy. So, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Of course, you guys can probably hear that in the background. So you're probably catching some of that. This severe thunderstorm warning is actually going to clip far northwest Johnson County and really just a sliver of Cass County. This is going to be up here near Lake Winnebago, Avon, just north side of Pleasant Hill. Right along 7 Highway. 7 Highway runs north and south into Blue Springs. Looks like right along that area. And then, of course, Odessa, Lake Lafayette, Oak Grove, Higginsville. We've got traffic pretty much at a standstill there up on I-70 at Odessa right now. Let's take a look at that. My goodness, that's some heavy rain. So you see all the hazard lights coming on westbound on I-70 there at Odessa. So they are right before Adam Dairy Farms, or Adam Dairy Parkway, I'm sorry. So they are getting hit pretty good up there in near Odessa. And, of course, a new severe thunderstorm warning, and that's going to be for up to quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So it looked like we also just had... Looks like we just have another severe thunderstorm warning down here near Lacine still. I think that is that could be another possibly they're going to renew that. Maybe what they are talking about on here, maybe. So we do have report of several limbs down on the south side of Blue Springs right now. Looks like that is the only damage report coming in so far. So just south of Harrisonville, down around Freeman, that's a pretty good healthy storm right now. This is going to be just northwest of Archie. We'll be heading toward Harrisonville, Archie, Garden City, and Creighton here within the next half hour. Odessa looked like 10 p.m. I bet. Man, that cam was ugly looking. It was ugly looking. a lot of lightning up there too. That's one thing we talked about this morning and last night about how this line of storms, wasn't too sure about the intensity of it, but it was going to be a very, very loud storm. A lot of cloud to ground lightning was anticipated with this, and so far it's definitely lived up to its name so far. It's been a very loud storm. There's lots of lightning in this cell right up here going through Blue Spring, Buckner, Oak Grove, Odessa right now. Appreciate everybody being on here with me tonight. And again, I kind of went ahead. I didn't have a whole lot going on tonight. I've been monitoring these storms, so I thought I would go ahead and go live a little bit early. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning now for part of our responsibility of area. So we do West Central Missouri primarily. That's the 8 counties right here in between the two National Weather Service office, one in Pleasant Hill, one in Springfield. So sometimes we get left out of the picture. So of course I always go live whenever we have threatening weather around to make sure everybody has the latest updates. I appreciate if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you give it a like, as that kind of helps with the algorithm, getting it out to more and more people. If you know, whenever you go and you sit back and you turn on YouTube and it gives you suggestive videos, well, the more likes that a live video has, the algorithm will automatically push that up there to your suggestive list if you are around the area. So the more likes we have, the better chance somebody who might not know about our group will be able to get the information that they're looking for. So definitely give it a like and a subscribe. And then of course on Facebook, make sure that you like the video, the live feed on Facebook as well. Take a look at reflectivity here. We actually have some pretty good winds right here from Lake Annette through Prettyman down to just south of Freeman. That's a pretty good little circular wind area right here that looks like could be heading into Harrisonville. So, you know, Harrisonville, Daughtry, Lone Tree, out there by the Harrisonville Airport there, just on the south side of Harrisonville. Even though it looked like they took the special weather statement off, but be prepared for some strong winds coming into Harrisonville, across I-49, just between Archie and Harrisonville. Hey, Tribble, you got some scary clouds over there. So, again, we have a little northwest corner of Johnson County, just a sliver of northern Cass County under a severe thunderstorm warning for some strong straight line winds. And I'm seeing a pretty good little area right here, guys. Looks like it's right at Prettyman. That could be containing some... Oh, we got a new warning. I wonder... Okay, there it is right there. So, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning now for northwest Bates County and really the southern 2/3 of Cass County. We're just going to call it all of Cass County. Belton, Raymore area, you guys are pretty much out of this warning polygon. So this is really going to be for this line of storms right here. So let's go ahead and let's read what it says here. National Weather Service in Pleasant Hill issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Miami, Lynn County, Cass County, and West Central, northwestern Bates County, and west central Johnson County on the Missouri side until 8:45. Severe thunderstorm located along a line extending from near Harrisonville to 8 miles north of Blue Mound, Kansas, moving east at 25. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So, pretty good winds coming. Archie, you guys need to be prepared for some strong wind gusts. Garden City, Eastland, Adrian, Passaic, Amsterdam, Lynn Valley, Lacine. That is a new severe thunderstorm warning for your kids down at Lynn Valley Lake, Terry. So make sure you give them a jingle, let them know what they've got going on. That's a pretty strong line of storm that's going to be coming into Lynn Valley Lake area. Make sure they're in their vehicle, not in their tent, not in their RV. Make sure they're in their vehicles when this comes through. So it does look like we got Team Havoc. They're on the move up here. See if we can find them. They're still up here near Carrollton. Let's jump over to their stream here real quick. Let's listen in a little bit on them. They're still up here near Carrollton. Let's jump over to their stream here real quick. Let's listen in a little bit on them. They're still up here near Carrollton. Let's jump over to their stream here real quick. Let's listen in.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where we are right now. The location's an update. Good thing we didn't get out. What's up, everybody? We're just north of Waverly, Missouri right now. This line kind of broke up a little bit. We did get some pretty sweet structure shots a little bit ago. Still got some right here. Huge, huge rain shaft to our right. We're just north of Waverly, which I believe is a storm in Dover right now. We're just going to keep booking it south and kind of head down to Waverly and then kind of eventually shoot down towards Concordia, back down to Warrensburg and then to home, and potentially try to beat these storms down at home. We're just going to keep booking it. They are still kind of in eastern Kansas right now. So just kind of wait and see. We also got a couple cells that we're watching really close. Even though we're chasing up here, there's a couple cells that are in front of the outflow line in Butler area, New Home, and Adrian. We're kind of keeping an eye on those. It's just tough to tell what these storms can do when they're in front of that outflow line. But yeah, it's really a really incredible shot of this storm. In Butler area, New Home, and Adrian. We're just kind of keeping an eye on those. It's just tough to tell what these storms can do when they're in front of that outflow line. But yeah, it's really a really incredible shot of this storm. In Butler area, New Home, and Adrian.
All right, guys, that is Andy Hicks with Team Havoc. And again, they are up north. They are going to be heading down south and going to be chasing a little bit more here in west central Missouri. Ahead, Andy was actually talking about these two cells down here in Butler. And when he's talking about being out ahead of that outflow, you remember that green line right here, right ahead of that line, that's the outflow. So any cell that forms out ahead of that is ones that we're going to be watching because they don't have that. They're not going to be interacting with that cool rain-cooled air. So we'll be watching that real closely here over the next half hour or so. So let's go ahead and we'll check back in with Andy as they make their ploy on their way back to west central Missouri. And again, we really appreciate them, being able to utilize their streams here. Kind of puts eyes on what's going on from radar to what they're seeing out there on the road. So we appreciate the storm chasers. We got such a great team of storm chasers that we have. I tell you what, we've got so many big things coming. If you guys seen my post yesterday, I am going to be working with Weather Call. They have some innovative new warning products out there. This thing is going to be incredible, guys. All hours of the day, night, morning, you guys get a call directly from me. You'll hear me on there telling you to take cover. This is going to be incredible, and been really excited about this. We're going to have the boys, our storm chasers, they're going to be pushing this as well. So this is going to take care of everybody, not just one county. This is everybody in the country can be a part of Weather Call, and we'll go in a little bit more in detail on that as we start next week. They're finalizing everything at Weather Call for me to come on board. So very, very exciting. My ultimate goal is try to find more. How do I want to say it? I'm not that I'm putting down the National Weather Service, but more reliable way to receive warnings. Obviously I try to be on here every chance that I can. But what happens if you live, you live in Tipton or you live in Hermitage? I feel horrible when after I get done with an 8-hour live stream for West Central Missouri, and the line now shifted down toward Humansville, Stockton, Osage Beach, and I'm totally exhausted, and I leave. What do these people do? I mean, I feel horrible. I mean, I have a guilty conscience on it. So this is going to be a way where everybody is going to be able to get a personalized phone call, text message, email straight from me, telling them, number one, what warning that they're under, and also what safety precautions they need to take. So, I mean, Weather Call is working with us. I'm so excited about this. Matter of fact, I just got a few goosebumps right there just talking about it. But we'll have more information on that as we go into the first part of next week. Just really excited about what we have in store. So let's do a little recap right now. So, of course, up north, we do have severe thunderstorm warning still ongoing for Blue Springs, Odessa, Higginsville, Lexington, Carrollton. It's going to be moving over toward Concordia and Marshall here within the next 45 minutes or so. This is going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail. A little bit further south, we have another large severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be also for 1-inch quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and that's going to include Harrisonville, Garden City, Archie, Adrian, Amsterdam, Mound City, Blue Mound, and Kincaid, Kansas. It also includes the town of Lacine, Lynn Valley. So, and again, the biggest threat out of this is going to be strong straight line wind, possibly a wind gust of 60 miles per hour. Excuse me. Hi, Landon. There isn't, there's really not a whole lot to worry about. 60 mile per hour winds. So, one of the worst parts about getting these kind of thunderstorms in over the weekend is that there's a lot of people camping. A lot of people are in their RVs. They're in their tents. 60 mile per hour winds is not fun to be in when you're camping, that's for sure. So definitely want to make sure that everybody has a heads up on this, especially down along Truman Lake, Bucksaw, Long Shoal, down to Stockton Lake. It's going to be a little bit later. What time is it now? 9:16 or no, 8:16. I was kind of figuring that we would see these storms here in Henry County around the 9 to 10 p.m. time frame. So that's about what time we'll see it here in Henry County. But, of course, if you live in Bates County, you're going to get a little bit sooner. There's a couple little cells that are popping up there in Bates County as well. And then, of course, the further east you go over towards Sedalia, Warsaw, Cocamp, down to Osceola, Lowry City, it's going to be a little bit later for you. We're going to have to see how this line progresses. If it's going to, we can kind of expect once, we have the sun beginning to set now. We're losing that big heat of the day. Let's see what our temperature here in Clinton is right now. I added that to our screen here. So we are sitting at 89 degrees right now. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Johnson County and Cass County. So we're sitting at 89 degrees right now here in Henry County. So we're still plenty warm. It's just going to be how long these storms can keep it up. So you hear the weather radio going off right now. We have northeastern Cass, southwestern Lafayette, southeastern Jackson, western Johnson County, Missouri, under a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So that's associated right here. Let's take a look at velocity right now. Really, it's coming through just right at Garden City, up just through Kingsville, and then on up just south of Oak Grove. It will be coming across 50 Highway, so if anybody's going to be traveling up on 50 Highway, need to be prepared for some strong straight line winds for sure. Hi, Sandy. Do we have aches and pains alert? Well, I mean there is a little bit of a change of pressure, but the low pressure system that's actually producing these thunderstorms is way up north into Iowa and into Minnesota right now. So that's where the biggest change of pressure is going right now. But with this rain moving in, I know my grandparents always told me that they could always feel when the rain's coming. Just the difference of pressure of having a line of storms like this moving in. I think can take a toll on a body. I know sometimes pets, dogs can sense that there's thunderstorms moving in, whether or not they hear them or they feel them. I don't know. But yeah, not your typical aches and pains type of situation where we have a low pressure or a high pressure system right on top of us. That's when you get a very fast change of air pressure that just absolutely just wrecks the body. The knees, arthritis, migraines, the whole 9 yards. Uh, 50 Highway between Lee Summit and Warrensburg. Yeah, I would definitely hold off on that right now. If you're in Lee Summit right now, give it about a half hour. Let this get well ahead of you before you drive through this, because you're going to be driving through torrential rainfall, maybe some small hail, and very strong winds. So I would just give it about 30 minutes before you head off there, Kim. I'm assuming you're going from Lee Summit to Warrensburg. Regardless, you need to hold off for a little while. Let this get past 50 Highway. What if you're in Warrensburg? You could go ahead and get on 50 Highway and start heading toward Lee Summit. And maybe by the time you get to, let's see, where's Lone Jack? Maybe when you get to around Pittsville, there on 50 Highway, there at that gas station, you might just pull over look at radar, and let's get this big clump past you. You don't want to drive in that heavy rain right there. That's torrential rain right now. So up at Harrisonville, the worst part of the line is through you guys. You don't have to worry too much anymore, probably for the rest of the night. Peculiar, Westline, Freeman, Lake Annette, Cleveland, you guys are in good shape. Belton, Raymore, you guys are in good shape. Holden, Garden City, Kingsville, Archie, Adrian, Amsterdam, Amoret, it's on your doorstep right now. So again, be prepared for 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts, maybe up to 60. But I'm really not seeing it. I have a couple other programs that I'm actually watching right now. 50 miles per hour is about the highest that I see with anything along here between Archie and Mound City, Kansas right now. But be prepared. I mean, that can change in a snap of a finger. So be paying, I'll be paying close attention to that. Brookfield is getting hit pretty hard up in Lynn County right now. Had a 40 mile per hour wind gust with up in Brookfield. Torrential rains up in Lynn County right now. You just drove through the rain on 50. It wasn't horrible. Just slow down to about 50. Thanks, Melissa. There is some damage pictures that is starting to come in through Jackson County. Some trees down, big branches down up in Jackson County. That's Kansas City metro area. We have several power outages right now north of Green Valley near Henrietta. So right up by Lone Jack right now is the strongest wind gust right now. So this area right here is the strongest wind gust right now. Yeah, you can see that. It's right here, just to the east of Lone Jack, running really kind of parallel to 50 highway right now. These winds are going to be coming out of the west, so they're going to be, if you're heading eastbound on 50, they are going to be a tailwind. So you might be able to make it from Lone Jack to Warrensburg in 3.5 minutes. I'm just joking. But you'll have a strong tailwind coming in behind you if you're heading eastbound. If you're heading westbound toward Lone Jack and Lee Summit, then you're going to have a headwind. So you're going to be losing miles per gallon in your vehicle. Probably around 11 or so, KK. Looks like something trying to blow into Nevada. Hi, Justin. Yeah, it's going to be a while for Nevada. Midnight, probably, or after, if you get anything. Finally got your phone to work, so now you can watch this. Hey, Alan. Good. So let's put, we've had a few people already ask. Let's go ahead and put a time track on this. It's not going to be super accurate only because, again, these cells are moving at a few different speeds, but mainly around 30 miles per hour. We're going to be looking at Blairstown at 850, Holden 851, Urick 854. So here, about 25 minutes or so. Chehowee 901, Ballard 901, Adrian 903, Huntingdale 909, Passaic 911, Germantown 913, Leeton at 918, Butler 919, Montrose 919, Warrensburg 919, Clinton 921, Appleton City 926, Calhoun 928, Deepwater 931, Whiteman Air Force Base 935, Brownington 936. There you go, Alan. Around 936. Windsor 937. Rich Hill 941. Lowry City 947. Lamont 950. Warsaw 10:06. Osceola 10 o'clock. Sedalia 10:08, Colcamp 10:13, Otterville 10:33, and Bel Air at 10:53. There's the timestamp on that. This next severe thunderstorm warning is only clipping far, far north Johnson County, Missouri. So Robbins, Hoffman, Mount Olive, Earnestville, and Dunksburg in far northern Johnson County, Missouri is on that new severe thunderstorm warning. Hi, Catherine. Let's see here. Tightwad, Osceola, and Archie. Yep, that's you guys heard me on my on the timetable. So I mentioned all those towns there on the timetable, so you guys know when to expect it. Yeah, same for Leeton, Taylor. Same for Leeton. So we got 3-inch diameter limbs were reported down on Missouri Highway H, 3 miles north of Oak Grove. Looks like we also had 1-inch hail, quarter-size hail up here near Oak Grove as well. Tornado. What, Taylor? Oh, tornado or just storms? Just storms. No tornadoes. Yeah, we had talked about, there's no tornado threat. Just some strong straight line winds, maybe up to 1/4-inch hail. The lightning is nuts. Yeah, there's a lot of lightning with this line of storms, that's for sure. Hey, Sissy. You guys are done with the storm tonight. Up there in Kansas City, Kansas. Let's see if we can catch see what's going on up in that direction. So yeah, that's I-70. Everybody's still going with their flashers. Hey, you missed the Clintons. I don't, it was probably hour and a half or so for Clinton on that. So yeah, we just went through that here just a couple minutes ago. I think it was like about 9:50, 10 o'clock, somewhere in that time frame for Clinton. So we pretty much have a very long severe thunderstorm warning stretching from Marshall down to Warrensburg, down to Archie, Adrian, all the way down to Mound City and Pleasanton, Kansas. And then, of course, this stretches all the way into Oklahoma. We have one big severe thunderstorm warning for the potential of up to 60 miles per hour. Hi, Drake. No, there won't be anything tornadic with this at all tonight. Just strong straight line winds, and of course there's been a couple of reports of up to quarter size hail. Looks like Team Havoc, they made it to Higginsville right now. They're right here in Higginsville, probably taking 13 highway, shooting due south into Warrensburg. A little bit of a Boeing segment beginning to kind of take shape here a little bit between Kingsville, Holden, and Garden City. Take a look if velocity is picking up any of that. It looks like the strongest wind still up here north of Kingsville down to Holden is kind of the strongest winds right now. But we'll be watching this little Boeing segment here as it continues to move off to the east and to the southeast. And again, that's going to be really from Holden down to Creighton. It is beginning to bow just a little bit. So a lot of times whenever you get a Boeing segment, like what I'm going to draw right there, you see that? that rain-cooled air is actually pushing in and causing that line to bow out. And when it does, sometimes right on the leading edge, you can pick up 60, 65, 70 mile per hour winds out ahead of it. So we'll be watching that real closely as it continues to move off to the east-southeast. Very strong cell. Still on going down around Garden City. Coming into Garden City, Archie. You're getting some torrential rain down in Archie and coming into Adrian right now. Hi, RB. We got a lot of people on the live stream tonight. Appreciate everybody jumping in. Looks like with all the platforms all together, we got about 1,100 people following the stream tonight. Let's jump in. Let's listen in on Andy and Team Havoc. They're heading down 13 south out of Higginsville, heading toward Warrensburg. Let's listen in on Andy and Team Havoc. They're heading down 13 south out of Higginsville, heading toward Warrensburg. Let's listen in on Andy and Team.
Got a little bit of scud over there off to the left. There's a good view of the shelf cloud. Starting to get some pretty heavy rain here in Higginsville. We are just about to shoot straight south towards Warrensburg. Starting to get some pretty heavy rain here in Higginsville. We are just about to shoot straight south towards Warrensburg. Ow!
All right, they're not very talkative right now, so we'll jump back in there. But they are heading down south on 13. They are coming out of Higginsville. They're going to try to get down. They're really kind of staying pretty much parallel, perpendicular actually, to the line of storms that is moving off to the east. So currently, right now, we do have some damage reports up in near Oak Grove, just west of Higginsville in Jackson County. They had some 3-inch tree limbs down. So that wind was kicking up, close to 60 miles per hour. So definitely nothing to joke around with. 60 mile per hour winds can do damage. So we still have a severe thunderstorm warning out for the next 15 minutes, and that's for Cass, Lafayette, Jackson, and Johnson County, Missouri. And that's also going to include Warrensburg, Holden, Kingsville. And then we also have another one up here toward Waverly, Higginsville, Odessa, Concordia. And that again for 1-inch quarter-size hail possible and 60 mile per hour winds. Now these counties are also under a severe thunderstorm watch till 10 o'clock tonight. That's going to include Cass, Johnson, and Pettis here in west central Missouri. I'd say probably they're going to start letting go of some of these counties to the northwest, say St. Joe, Smithville, Olathe, Kansas City, Kansas, Chillicothe, Chula. I say, your severe threat is pretty much done for the rest of the night. So hopefully you got a little bit of cooler weather that came out of this from the rains. And then, of course, we've got a strong cell down here near Fort Scott, Kansas. They'll be coming in there in the next 20 minutes. And then down here in Vernon County, you guys probably still have about another hour before you'll start to see some storms down in Vernon County and Nevada, Walker, Rich Hill area. Tony, he's down in Rich Hill. Good friend of mine, so he can expect some rain probably here in about 20 minutes or so down in Rich Hill. He always wanted to make sure that I mention Rich Hill. So, anyway, there you go, Tony. The lightning was really intense. Oh, man, I bet it was, Catherine. A lot of lightning with this line of storms, that is for sure. Hey, 417 Storm Chasers, Matt Jones, howdy, howdy. So Josh, a member of 417 Storm Chasers, want to give him a big congratulations on a new baby that was born here. I think it was night before last. So now Josh didn't have the baby, his wife did. So, but congratulations to a new baby goes out to Josh 417 Chasers. You bet, Tina. So, Concordia down to Warrensburg, Layton, Urick, Creighton, Garden City. You guys need to get ready for some moderate rainfall, maybe some 30, 40 mile an hour wind gusts. Those up there around Warrensburg, Concordia area, you could possibly get a wind gust up to 60 miles per hour, so please plan accordingly to that. My lightning detector going off? A little bit too early for that. He's not only a lightning detector, but he is also a firework detector. Oh man, those were some long nights we had. He thought he was chasing thunderstorms, and he was actually chasing fireworks. But yes, a new little storm chaser in training. Absolutely. Looks like Team Havoc is going across I-70 right now. They're coming across I-70 overpass there on 13, making their way toward Warrensburg. We'll just have to convince his mom of that. No kidding. Rod Barry, I am ready to play cards, my friend. I am ready. Wind definitely picked up west of Warrensburg. Yep, that line is, you're probably start to feel a little bit of those outflow winds from that storm coming into Warrensburg. Not picking up really too much as far as severe winds, even though you are under a severe thunderstorm warning for the next 9 minutes. Looks like 30, 40 mile per hour winds that'll be coming into Warrensburg right now. So I'm not seeing anything severe coming into Warrensburg. The strongest winds really look to be down here just south of Holden, near Denton, Magnolia, Medford. Could have a couple little pockets up there around the 50 mile an hour range. 62, 58, 58. Of course, not all of that is reaching the surface. You have to keep in mind the tower is here in Pleasant Hill, so the further away you go away from the tower where it shoots that radar beam, the higher up in elevation that it will automatically go because of the curvature of the earth. So not all of that is reaching the ground, but you can probably expect 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts there just south of Holden. Hi, PJ. I don't think so. You're likely gonna get some thunderstorms tonight. Maybe 30, 40 mile an hour winds, but not really expecting. And even these up here right now in Higginsville, Warrensburg, Holden, Harrisonville, just southeast of Harrisonville, these storms are just barely hitting the severe criteria. So, don't have to worry about any tornadic thunderstorms tonight. The biggest threat is going to be maybe for a strong wind gust up to 60 miles per hour, maybe. That's going to be our biggest threat. But the way these cells are looking now, remember, we're losing the heat of the day. The sun is setting. That's when, some of our energy for these thunderstorms is going to start to wane, and then of course the thunderstorms themselves cannot intensify as much. So let's take a look at what our current temperature here in Henry County with our Tempest weather station. We are sitting at 85 degrees here in Clinton right now. So still pretty warm out there. But again, we're not getting that intense heat that fueled a lot of these thunderstorms earlier on today. Scott said he's on the west side of Warrensburg, been out watching and just felt the drastic temperature drop. I bet. Because when these winds are actually blowing out of the west, kind of northwest, and they've got a lot of that rain-cooled air associated with it too. So, man, it's going to feel pretty refreshing. That's for sure. We have one of my associates with emergency management up in Johnson County, Luke Upstrand, taking a lot of classes with him. He's got a pretty good picture that he has posted coming into Warrensburg right now. Show you guys that picture here real quick. So looks like a little bit of a shelf cloud coming into Warrensburg right now. As you can see that's a great picture taken. Right there is Shoe Sensation. Dollar Tree. So this is right down by Fazoli's. Looks like where this picture was taken. But great picture. Luke. Still have 4 minutes left for the severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Cass and western Johnson County. I don't know if they will extend that or not. It's not looking near as impressive as what it did here about 20 minutes ago. So we'll have to wait and see what the National Weather Service does. But it's not looking near as impressive here. So I don't think we'll see that get extended further to the east in Johnson County. And again, still watching a little bit of a Boeing segment, a little bit. Kind of watching this for any future development as it continues to bow a little bit out. We could see a little bit stronger winds out here between Garden City, Creighton, Urick, down to Spruce and into Butler. So watching that closely here over the next few minutes. Make sure it doesn't intensify. It's pouring now in Butler. 77 degrees southwest of Garden City. Holy cow. Bring some of that to us, girl. Bring that to us. I want 77 degrees. We're approaching about 9 o'clock and looks like the leading edge of this line of storms is going to be coming into northwest St. Clair County, northwest Henry County. That's going to be up right around the Creighton, Urick, Blairstown area. Montrose, Spruce, Appleton City, Pleasant Gap, Rich Hill. We're going to be the next ones in line for 77 degrees and rain. I can't wait. Hi, Missy. Concordia. Yeah, about the same. Even though you guys are kind of in the same boat like Warrensburg in a severe thunderstorm warning right now, really not seeing anything other than very heavy rain moving into Concordia, a lot of lightning. As far as the velocity goes and strong straight line winds, I'm really not seeing it. But, I would say, guys, that, anywhere around here, so they just went ahead and put us under a severe thunderstorm warning for Clinton, northern Henry County, and all of Johnson County, parts of western Pettis County. So it's really borderline, guys. It's very borderline, maybe a couple wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So this is going to be for eastern Cass, northern Henry, northeastern Bates, northwestern Pettis, southeastern Jackson, Johnson County, and west central Missouri. Severe thunderstorms located along a line extending from near Oak Grove to near Urick, moving east at 30 miles per hour. So again, 60-mile-per-hour winds is possible with this. So I am going to go ahead and invite our friends from Henry County Emergency Management. That way they can jump in here real quick. Some beautiful pictures on Subby's Weather Talk I'm looking at. Great pictures. All right, I want to welcome everybody to the live stream. My name is Jim Sublette. I am the Deputy Director of Henry County Emergency Management. I want to welcome you to this live stream where Henry County has been placed under a severe thunderstorm warning for really about the northern half of Henry County, including the towns of Clinton, Urick, let's call it Creighton, Blairstown, Calhoun, and Windsor for the next 44 minutes. Now, what we can expect out of this is going to be up to 60-mile-per-hour winds, and that's going to be very isolated. Right now, I'm just maybe seeing a couple small pockets we have to be concerned with. The strongest winds right now that I'm looking at is up here just on the north side of Warrensburg in Johnson County right now. Where they could be having some 50 to almost 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Down here in Henry County, not quite seeing those kind of wind speeds down here in Clinton, but we are looking at a pretty solid line of thunderstorms that's going to be moving into Henry County. Right now, it's right on top of Creighton and Urick, and then, of course, it's moving toward the southeast at about 26 to 30 miles per hour. So expected to be affecting Clinton here probably within about the next 20 minutes or so. So appreciate you guys jumping on here to the live stream here on Henry County Emergency Management Facebook page. Yeah, you would, Mark Harden. Is it going to rain at your house? No, it's not going to rain in Calhoun. See, Calhoun has this bubble that's around Calhoun, and especially right down Highway O. If you guys know where O is off of 52 Highway, they live in a bubble down there on O Highway. So, they're kind of cut off from the rest of civilization down O Highway there in Calhoun. So I really seriously doubt if you guys will get any rain down your way, Mark. Hi, Kaylee. After this line, are we expecting more storms overnight? We are not. This will be the line that we'll be watching. If you are behind this line of storms, the severe threat pretty much done for tonight, but we could have more storms come into the area as we go into tomorrow and into the afternoon hours. We could have another round of more isolated, stronger storms with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being the primary concern with any of those thunderstorms that do happen to form. So, and again, once this line comes through, might have maybe a thunder shower with a clap of thunder. You might get maybe a little rain shower, but other than that, that's gonna be pretty much through our severe threat for the rest of the night. You bet, Kaylee. So again, we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings right now here in our area. The first one still has about 10 minutes left. It's going to affect Concordia. It's heading into Slater, Marshall, and looks like right along I-70 in between Odessa and Boonville. And then our second severe thunderstorm warning is going to be for all of Johnson County, northern Henry County, and then western Pettis County. And that's going to include Lamont, Knob-Noster, Warrensburg, Windsor, Clinton, Urick, Creighton, and Holden for the possibility of a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. So we're checking here a little bit. We're not going to go to his audio, but we'll check on Team Havoc. Looks like they are... Oh, let's see here. Where are they at? Okay, they're still on 13. Look like they are going to be... See if I can pick them up. I bet that's them right there. Yep. They're on the north side of Warrensburg right now. They're on the north side of Warrensburg. They're heading south toward Warrensburg. And they ought to be in pretty good position. By the time they get down to Warrensburg, they're going to be able to see that leading edge of that line. They're about 7 miles out of 50 highway. Gusty and Knob-Noster, Jared. Yeah, so you had that little wind gust come through Knob-Noster, getting ready to go through Lamont right now. That's a little bit of an outflow from this line of storms coming through Whiteman Air Force Base right now. So again, looked like probably the strongest winds right now that I'm seeing anywhere along this line is going to be up here north, kind of northeast of Warrensburg. And that is going to be, 50 to 60 miles per hour. And of course, that's a ways away from the radar site, meaning that it's not all of those winds are actually reaching the ground, but I would say being such close proximity to Pleasant Hill, a good chunk of it is likely hitting the ground at probably close to 50 miles per hour. I don't know whose car. I wonder what spotter is that in front of Andy. We actually have another storm chaser in front of Andy there. He's right there at the 50 highway junction. You guys can see that shelf cloud. Let's blow that up just a little bit. I'm going to blow that up so you guys can see it just a little bit better. This is Warrensburg, guys. There's Price Cutter. Lost power in Butler, Missouri. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. I appreciate that information. So it looks like they're pulling in here by Lovely Nails. I wonder if Andy's thinking about getting him a new set of nails. He shouldn't be thinking about that when we got, a nice shelf cloud coming through. Nope. They lost their live feed again. I'm sitting there going, man, it's way too light there. So Team Havoc they lost their live feed and it went right to their next video. Oh my. Well, I think we'll go ahead and we'll clear Team Havoc. Let's I'm going to jump up here to our Skycam, see what we got going on. Definitely not Warrensburg. Strong winds on 18 outside of Clinton. Yeah, that's about looks like that's about a 30-mile-an-hour gust out there just west of Clinton. So, and again, 30, 40-mile-an-hour winds we can expect along the leading edge of this. My lightning detector is going off. We must be getting some close lightning. So where is Clinton? Oh, I'm sorry, Kelly. So Clinton is in the center of Henry County. So that is, we are almost on Truman Lake in Henry County. Extremely windy here in Leeton. So I bet you we got one just a little bit further south now. My guess. Okay, so that's going to be a new severe thunderstorm warning again. It is just going to clip far northwest Pettis County. So right around Houstonia. So it is just clipping just a very small chunk of far northwest Pettis County right now. One inch. Excellent. Angie, excellent. I was hoping they were going to be decent rain producers. We can get that same 1 inch throughout all of west central Missouri. Man, that would be nice. Lightning is still going strong out there. Have you guys take a look at one of our sky cams. Really just non-stop lightning. And this is going to be in Dayton. Let's see here, get my bearings here. That's up here. There's Dayton right here. And it's looking west. Let's get the east camera. This one here will be looking east toward Creighton, Uric area. Looks like the leading edge of those winds are going to be coming into Windsor, Sedalia, Clinton, Appleton City, and Harwood, Walker, and Nevada here probably within the next 10-15 minutes. Hi, Alex. Your thoughts between Lincoln and Warsaw? You guys are going to get this line of storms too. And again, we have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings out there. It's going to be for the potential to see a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. So no tornado threat. There is a small hail threat, but we really hadn't seen any hail with this part of the storm down here from Warrensburg south. So mainly just a threat for strong straight line winds as this line continues to move off to the east and into Benton County. Well, hopefully the rain didn't ruin anybody's plans for this evening. Tomorrow night, I've got my class reunion tomorrow night. So hopefully the weather cooperates where I don't have to make a mad dash home and go live. But hopefully the storms behave tomorrow night. So looks like that's going to be our 35th high school reunion. Holy cow. Hi, Tony. You're going to get some rain coming in. Probably here the next probably 35 minutes or so. You guys are going to get some rain down in Bucksall. A lot of lightning. So be prepared for a lot of lightning too. Will it be gone by the time 11 o'clock because my friends are coming in from Oklahoma? Most of it should be. It's 9:20 now, so most of it will be off to the east and southeast. So if they're coming up I-49, they'll be running into it down in southwest Missouri. Kind of depends on what direction they're coming up in. You bet, Tony. Oh, that was a big lightning strike. You're working at the Lucas Oil races tonight. What time? So down at Wheatland, 10:55. So you're going to be at 10:55 down at Lucas Oil Speedway. If you guys are down there around, probably count on, probably make sure that if you're still down there, if it's still going on at 10:30, probably be a good time probably to take a look at radar, see where the storms are at that time, about 10:30. Well, it looks like right now going on 30 miles per hour, about 10:55 at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland. "20 minutes or so for tightwad, Vicky." You bet, Cheyenne. It's okay, Kelly. If you're there, there's nothing to be scared about. And again, this is just going to be some very, very beneficial rains for the farmers. We're going to have a little bit of lightning. So if you're there by yourself right now, you know what you might do before this comes through. You might just grab a flashlight just in case you have a power outage with all this lightning going on. But there's nothing to be scared about with this storm. Just some good beneficial rains for the farmers. And might be a little noisy with some thunder, but that's you'll be fine. Nope, this will be a fast-moving storm. Once you get behind this line of storms, then, the threat for severe weather is about done. Just some residual shower activity behind the line, but probably out of here by midnight. Nevada, you guys are in a special weather statement for this line of from Rich Hill down to Fort Scott. It's going to be moving into Vernon County. So up to 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Just be prepared for that. And, of course, some moderate to heavy rainfall associated with it as well. Hi, MH. And and out ahead, especially as this storm continues to move across Henry County into Truman Lake and Stockton Lake, and then eventually over into Benton County around Truman Lake, just make sure if you have some, if you're not sitting in it, like most Missourians are when they have thunderstorms coming in, if you're not sitting in them on the front porch, you might want to kind of lay them over. If you have plants hanging up on your front porch, make sure you take them down. So, and again, we could get it could get a little gusty a couple times. And again, that's what this severe thunderstorm warning is for a possibility of up to 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So, just kind of play it safe. Make sure anything that you don't want blowed over, make sure it's laying down. and just enjoy the beautiful growing rains that the farmers needs out there. You know, there's if you're out ahead of this, there's going to be quite a lightning show that you can look back and take a look at. Hi, MH. So yeah, putting on a real feel-good movie. You bet. Something funny. You can put it on. You know, just kind of have me in the background there, and you know, just for any warnings, watches, advisories, anything like that, and have my stream up and check in every now and then, kind of take a look at radar, and you'll be just fine. Like I said, this is this is a very borderline severe threat that we were having tonight. We kind of talked about it over the last couple days. You know, we need to stay weather aware, but you know, we're going to have some borderline severe threats with some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So you know, it's not a big loom and gloom severe outbreak that we have in springtime. These are just good old-fashioned summertime thunderstorms. It's going to produce hopefully an inch of rain for everybody, and some cloud-to-ground lightning. And of course, whenever you have lightning, you always have to keep in the back of your mind that you could lose power for a short amount of time. So always know where your flashlights are. You know, kind of have a little bit of a plan. But other than that, we're going to be just fine tonight. You know, just have to be prepared for maybe a strong wind gust or two. Hi, Barb. Brian Dean, replanting? What in the world are you replanting beans for? You're only supposed to plant them once, Brian. Oh, man. I hate to hear that. A lot of guys that I've talked to here over the last couple of weeks, they're, you know, like you might be replanting maybe some bottom ground or something maybe. But most guys, the ones that I talked to anyway, they survived the rains that we had, but so the leading edge of those winds are going to be coming through Sedalia, Windsor. They're going through Clinton right now. They've come through Appleton City. They're going to be hitting Lowry City, Osceola, El Dorado Springs, and Nevada here in just a couple minutes. That's when you're gonna hear the wind really pick up outside, and it's going to cool down just a little bit from that rain-cooled air, and then you're going to get the heavy rain that's going to look like it's blowing sideways. But again, it's nothing to be concerned about for you guys. And again, I'm still not picking up anything on two of my programs. I'm looking at wind speeds up here. I show you guys, we take a look at the base velocity, and really just about everywhere here in Henry County. Pettis County, there might be a couple wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour right now, but really for the most part, the winds look very respectable, down around in the 40 to 45 mile an hour range. So again, just good old-fashioned thunderstorms, a lot of lightning, torrential rains at times. We're starting to get, let me jump over, I like this one a little bit better here. So looks like the rains are coming in on the west side of Clinton right now, along 18 Highway and 7 Highway. It's going to be reaching 13 Highway here in about a minute or two. You'll start to see and actually hear the heavy rains coming in to Clinton. Let's take a look at Sedalia. You guys have, looks like it's about at Lamont right now, moving east along 50 highway. So probably here in about another 8-9 minutes, and then the west side of Sedalia will start getting hit with some of that moderate rain as well. Looks like a little bit of a wind shift line has moved through Sedalia. Currently moving through Sedalia right now. Warrensburg, you're still getting heavy rain. Downtown Warrensburg. The severe threat is pretty much over for you guys. Just going to be left with a few claps of thunder and some moderate rain. Let's go on down here to Rich Hill. They're kind of on the backside of this cell, producing some very heavy rain. Still raining moderately there in Rich Hill along A Highway. And Nevada. So you guys, it's right on your doorstep. Some moderate rain falling on the north side of Nevada. Get ready to cross I-49. And then, of course, then you'll start to get some moderate to heavy rain over the next 20-25 minutes. Oh, tell Tyson hi for me. Thanks, Heather. Wind just picked up big time in Calhoun. Let's check out, I want to check out downtown Clinton on their, on our Skycam there. Let you guys see the beautiful downtown Clinton Square. We are actually looking north. You see the Clinton Water Tower on the backside there. We're looking at the square. Looks like just seeing the antennas. We got a little bit of wind coming through Clinton right now. Pretty good winds, probably 30 to 40 miles per hour. I can actually, let's see if I can blow that up just a little bit for you guys. And of course, right over here where my cursor is, if you see my cursor, there's some flags there. And they're sticking. There's winds are coming out of the west, northwest, and those flags are sticking straight out. So, getting some pretty good winds right here in Clinton. And of course, we are looking north from downtown Clinton Square. You've got the water tower right over here. You can see Tracker Water Tower back over here. Quite a bit of lightning. Thanks, Amanda. Hey, CPEC. What you doing, buddy? So they did allow all of the severe thunderstorm warnings to expire. So that's good news right now. And of course, we've got, very strong very heavy rains and some strong wind gusts from Windsor down to Clinton, Deepwater. They're going to be coming across Larry City, Osceola, H. Roe Bartle Scout Reservation, in which I think most of our areas, West Central Missouri troops, have already been down there. But if you know of a local troop that is down at H. Roe Bartle, throw it out there on chat, and I'll keep a kind of a special eye on that, as I do with all of our troops that go down in June and July here in our area. I kind of pay a kind of a close attention to H. Roe Bartle Scout Reservation down there. You like tornadoes, but not near me. I don't think anybody. I'm fascinated with tornadoes. I love tornadoes, watching them. I don't want them near me either. So I fully understand that. They did extend the severe thunderstorm warning down here for Uniontown, Fort Scott area into Vernon County. It does not include Nevada proper, but it's close enough. We'll call it close enough. So 60 mile per hour wind gusts is possible. So if you're in the Moundville, Nevada, Richards, Fort Scott, Marmaton area, just be prepared for a possible 60 mile an hour gust. We still have another 9 minutes on the severe thunderstorm warning over Dobnoster, Whiteman Air Force Base, Lamont, Green Ridge, and this line of storms is going to be heading into Sedalia here. Probably looks like about another 10 minutes or so. Looks like it's moving northeast at 36 miles per hour. So the entire line's moving east, but these individual cells, some of them are actually moving north. So I read a couple people talking about how these clouds are just going everywhere, right? Well, that's typical when you're looking up and you're seeing these clouds going like 3 different directions. You have the rain-cooled air going one direction closer to the surface. You actually have the upper level winds going a different direction. So we have the south winds are actually pushing the cells north while the entire line is dropping south. So that's the reason why you're seeing those clouds going different directions. So because of that. Yeah, the Joplin documentary was cool. Warrensburg just about done, Destiny. So you guys are on the backside of this initial line of storms. You're still going to get some thunder. You're going to get some light rain showers, but the severe threat, any kind of like stronger winds, are over for Warrensburg right now. Really, anybody that's behind this main line. So if you live in Concordia, Higginsville, Odessa, Warrensburg, down to Creighton, Urick, Butler, Adrian, Passaic, Amsterdam, Lacine, Pleasanton, and north, you guys are through with any kind of severe threat that we might have tonight. Okay, and again, this was kind of a borderline situation where we could get a couple storms that could be low-grade severe with maybe up to 60 mile per hour winds, but we really wasn't expecting a whole lot of severe weather tonight. But I started, when this was over on the Kansas side, I started my live stream 2 hours and 11 minutes ago because, it looked like it was going to kind of congeal into a solid line and then move through West Central Missouri. So I want to make sure everybody had the latest information. Make sure they knew that the severe threat was very nominal tonight, but we could get a few wind gusts. And we had a couple severe thunderstorm warnings in our area. So, it was definitely, worth getting on and talking about and make sure everybody understood what's going on. And then, of course, as we, Sedalia, You guys are not under a warning right now. I would not really be too surprised if they extend a warning maybe over to the east a little bit, as this cell is pretty strong. Maybe has some small hail in it. Right now, the winds, I'm not seeing anything too impressive. Maybe a 55 mile an hour wind gust up here around Hughesville, but they may extend that to cover Sedalia, as it's a pretty strong thunderstorm in Lamont, Knob Noster, Whiteman Air Force Base, and that will be moving closer to Sedalia here over the next few minutes. The distance between front line and back line of heavy storm, Mary. From where? I mean, yeah, I can tell you that's easy to find out. We just go. Let me go to my distance, my protractor, so I can go out. So the whole width of this line of storms is about 36 miles. If that's what you're asking about, Mary. So again, we are, I'm taking a look at our sky cams. I'm taking a look at a couple velocity programs to kind of see where the winds are here. We do still have a severe thunderstorm warning out for eastern Johnson County, western Pettis County. That's really about the strongest part of this line is sitting up there right now. Maybe a 60 mile an hour wind gust, but mainly torrential rains and maybe some small hail associated with that cell in Pettis County. The rest of us from Henry County down through St. Clair down to Vernon County right now, just some strong straight line winds out ahead of this line, maybe 45 mile per hour wind gusts, and then some moderate to heavy rain followed up with quite a bit of lightning. What about the Finey area, Kay? Yeah, same thing. Yep, we're not expecting, really anything other than that tonight here through most of west central Missouri. So, nothing to worry about. Oh, from Sedalia, I see what you're saying. So, that is 30.74 miles. So is the distance to the backside of the storm there in Sedalia. So if we wanted to time that out, we could time that out by, let's see here, it's going 30 miles per hour. So that would be, probably here in about 45 minutes, the main part of the line is going to be past you there in Sedalia. So probably right around about 10:30. And most of this line is going to be to the east of Sedalia. So getting some pretty good rains here in downtown Clinton right now. Lightning detector is still going strong. Take a look at this is the Skycam looking south from downtown Clinton Square. It's actually overlooking Ohio Street and Farmers Elevator, looking toward Deepwater, Larry City. Not a whole lot of lightning. Looked like the lightning intensity has kind of come down just a little bit, which that's also a sign of weakening thunderstorms a little bit. So that's good news. So just a brief recap, guys. Looked like the two strongest cells that we have out there right now. The first one's in Pettis County, just west of Sedalia. Looks like it's kind of in between Lamont and Sedalia on 50 Highway. Hughesville. This will continue to move off to the east and to the north. The second strongest is going to be down here in Vernon County. This is over Nevada right now. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for this cell here just south of Fort Scott that is moving off to the east into Vernon County here over the next half hour or so. Now this does look like it had a little bit of hail associated with it. Let's see if we can find a hail core on this. So yeah, we could be seeing some nickel-sized hail. This is going to be there at the Hollister Wildlife Area just south of Marmaton and southwest of Fort Scott. So it does have a pretty healthy hail core on it. I don't think it's real high. Let's tell you what, let's just go back to, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at... Let's take a look at a cross section on this. So it's not extremely high. So it's up to about 15,000, 16,000 feet. And so it is freezing up at that level, but it's not extreme cold. I don't expect this to be probably anything bigger than just shy, probably 3/4 of an inch. 1 inch is quarter size, and so about 3/4 of an inch bigger than a nickel, but not really all that impressive. And again, it's only going up to about 15,000 feet. But so it looks like we do have another severe thunderstorm warning. So this new one here is going to be for kind of what we had talked about just a few minutes ago. This is a pretty strong cell here just east of Lamont. Be coming into Sedalia. The new severe thunderstorm warning does cover Sedalia now. Also Otterville, Smithton. You are just out of the polygon, but you're close enough. I know we do have some followers there at Smithton. I would probably go ahead and, just pretend like you're in that polygon because you're close enough to it. You're likely going to catch some of those winds as well. So again, this is going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And it's going to be isolated. It's not going to be like a big wall of 60-mile-an-hour winds. Just some certain isolated spots could see a gust briefly up to 60 miles per hour. Let's take a look at velocity right now. It's right over Hughesville right now. And again, there are, we're looking at 50, 55, 53. It's very isolated. 53 mile per hour just on the west side of Sedalia right now. Not everybody is going to get these winds, but it's going to move around lawn furniture. It can bring down 3-inch limbs. So, we want to take it seriously. Make sure everything's put up. Make sure, you're sitting away from windows when this comes through Sedalia. So, that's what the new severe thunderstorm warning was for. Northern Pettis, south central Saline, and southwestern Cooper County is what this latest severe thunderstorm warning is for. So those of you down in the good old county of Benton, so you guys are going to be already in northwest Benton County right now. You guys are going to be seeing some 40, 45 mile an hour wind gusts right ahead of this line of storms. Some torrential rains that's going to be going on Lincoln along 65 highway between Lincoln and Sedalia, Cole Camp, Barb over there in Lakeview Heights. You probably still have about another half hour before it gets over your direction. Andy Hicks on weather. Yeah, Andy Hicks. Andy Hicks is Team Havoc. He's one of our storm chaser groups in Midwest Mezzo. He's back home now. Andy's back home. And look, even Subby's back home. Subby's back home. Safe and sound. So they did issue a what they call a mesoscale discussion. Just they're talking about the potential of seeing some flash flooding possible, and that's going to include down Lake of the Ozarks, Sedalia, Warrensburg, Windsor, Boonville, Columbia, Jeff City. So especially if anybody is camping. This is where you see this green outline right here. Let me try to make this maybe a little bit easier. Right there. If you're in this area right here, that is, you have that potential to be, to have some very heavy rains as we go over the next 2 or 3 hours. And flash flooding is a possibility in those areas. So we do have, I guess we still have a local troop down at H. Rowe Bartle Scout Reservation. I'd say it is up in from the Blairstown area, I believe, is what they said. So, of course, we right here is H. Rowe Bartle. So if anybody is watching that has kids down at H. Rowe Bartle, we do have that leading edge of 40, 45 mile an hour wind possible. That's going to be coming through H. Rowe Bartle here probably within the next 5 to 8 minutes. And then you will get some moderate to heavy rain for about 20 minutes with this line as it comes through. Allen is probably getting some pretty good rains up there in Brownington right now. Deepwater is getting some rain. Looks like Clinton is just about out of it. Now, there are a few little showers behind that line, but none of these are going to be severe. They're just going to be regular thunderstorms. So Clinton, if you're in the Clinton area, you guys are pretty much done with any kind of severe threat. What little severe threat there was, the severe threat is now over for Henry County, or for Clinton, I should say. Now, we're still keeping watch down here around Leesville, Cole, Tightwad, as it comes across the county line into Benton. And, of course, some gusty winds and some torrential rains falling in those areas right now. Hey, thanks, Spoon. They're getting some strong winds down there around the Tightwad area right now. Actually, looked like the leading edge of those winds is from Lincoln down through Max Camp, Teal Bend, Racket, on down just past Finey, and down to Iconium right now. That's where that leading edge of some stronger wind gusts is. That's right along this little line right here. If you guys see that, that's a little outflow line of rain-cooled air. So when it comes in, it's going to feel very, very refreshing when it comes in compared to such a hot day today. Man, it was just a really hot day today. I don't know how else to describe it. It was very hot. Just left Cole. Just left Cole down through here, heading to Bucksaw probably. Winds are insane at El Dorado, but they feel really nice, I bet. Yeah, you had that leading edge come through a few minutes ago. Now you're going to start to get quite a bit of rain, moderate rain coming through. Maybe a clap or two or thunder, but that's one thing I've noticed here just over the last 30 minutes. The number of lightning strikes have really went down between Windsor all the way down to Nevada. And that's a sign that these thunderstorms are weakening. They're losing the heat of the day. And, they're still going to be prolific rain producers. But as far as the severity of them, how strong they are, the intensity of these thunderstorms are starting to kind of wane just a little bit. Oh, Tim, man, you are one smart dude. Dropped the camper off for our family to use. They're getting wet now. He's going to go sleep in his own bed. Well, I tell you what, Tim, if you just hold off about another hour and a half, you're going to actually have some pretty decent sleeping weather tonight once this rain lets up. So, Sedalia, you guys are getting some moderate rainfall, heavy rain now throughout the town of Sedalia. Also, Hughesville, Lamont, you're kind of coming up on the backside of this line now. And, of course, Smithton, again, you're outside of that polygon. But if you're watching from Smithton or Otterville area, you guys are going to get some of those winds. If you haven't already, and you're going to start to get that moderate to heavy rain bands coming in here just within the next 5 minutes probably. Yeah, Savannah, we could. It's not going to be this widespread. We're gonna have this disturbance right now. Is actually the center of the disturbance is actually up here in Illinois and into Iowa right now. So that's where the main disturbance is. This is just kind of a trailing line from that disturbance. So now tomorrow in the afternoon during the heat of the day, we could see some isolated thunderstorms. And any thunderstorms that we get from tonight all the way till the middle toward the end of next week, we could see strong wind gusts with any of these thunderstorms. So we don't have like a really good chance to see severe thunderstorms, but any thunderstorm that we get could have a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust with it. So that's just the nature of summertime thunderstorms. When we have that heat of the day, all the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, it really drives these thunderstorms all the way up to the severe level, and they just can't break over the severe level. So they stay strong but not severe, and that's what we're expecting tomorrow night. We're expecting that Sunday. We're expecting that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Looks like Monday really going to be one of our only dry days where we don't have to really worry about any isolated thunderstorms on Monday. I just looking here, we have over Davenport, Iowa right now. They have a flood emergency that is actually observed catastrophic damage threat up here in Davenport. So that is, let's see how much rain that has fallen. So it looks like anywhere between 3 to 6 inches of rain has fallen around Davenport right now. Big chunk down here, 7-8 inches down around Columbus Junction in Iowa. So they're getting hit pretty hard up there. So again, we still have another 28 minutes left of this severe thunderstorm warning for Pettis County. This includes Shueville, Smithton, Sedalia, Otterville, for the potential of a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. What time will it hit Racket? Should be hitting it like right now. If you look out the window there, RB, ought to be right on your doorstep, buddy. Oh, sure, Savannah, no problem. So it looks like the worst of the cell down here in Vernon County is currently from Moundville to Milo to Sheldon to Bernal. And it's looks like it's moving southeast right now. So this is going to remain just south of Nevada. Just south of Nevada. And El Dorado Springs, you guys are getting a little bit of a moderate rainfall right now. They put a very large special weather statement here for the possibility of seeing up to 50-mile-per-hour winds and pea-sized hail. So that's going to take care of Stockton Lake up to Hermitage. This is also going to include down at Wablo and Wheatland, down at the racetrack. So it is 10:04 right now. So I think when we talked to them earlier in the evening, we mentioned probably around 10:30. You need to be taking a look at radar if you're down at the racetrack, if it's still ongoing, and kind of see what's going on. And that's probably still going to be spot on when this line hits down there around Wheatland and the racetrack. So around 10:30 or so. So that should give you plenty of time to get your belongings and get to the car before the storm hits. So, and right now it's looking, you are under a special weather statement, possibility of 50-mile-per-hour winds out ahead of this line of storms. Nope. 0 tornado chances. 0. I don't say that very often, but 0 tornado probability for Sedalia. So, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but it looks like they have canceled the severe thunderstorm watch for the entire area. So, for those of you that were in Cass, Johnson, Pettis County, even though you are in a severe thunderstorm warning right now, most of it has moved off to your south and southeast. They have went ahead and allowed that to go ahead and expire at normal time at 10 p.m. and does not look like that they are going to reissue any watches for West Central Missouri for the rest of the night. I appreciate all the messages tonight too, guys. Really do. We've had a lot of messages come in, a lot of pictures. I appreciate all of them. That helps. And, if you guys have not been into our live stream before, your pictures, your reports, I sent them right up to the National Weather Service in Pleasant Hill or in Springfield, depending on where you are at. That helps them be able to get out warnings out ahead of the storm to people. So anything that we can do to save a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes to be able to get a warning out to people, that's what we do. So I appreciate all the messages tonight. I've received a few donations tonight, so thank you guys. If you're watching from YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video. That helps us spread out the video, maybe to people who don't know we do this here in West Central Missouri. So with YouTube algorithm, the more likes you have, the more likely people in our area, when they turn on YouTube, my video will be up there. Maybe be able to warn somebody that didn't know a storm was coming. So make sure you do that on Facebook as well. Like the video. I would surely appreciate that. Doesn't cost anything. What we talked about a little earlier tonight, we've got some very big, exciting things that's going to be going down here over the next week or so. We've got just an incredible program that we're going to be rolling out. It is through Weather Call. I will be working hand in hand with Weather Call. They're a fantastic company, and we are going to be working on something that's going to be exactly what I've been wanting for a long time, and that is to be able to allow anybody. If you listen to Subby's Weather Talk, if you're on Subby's Weather Talk, or say you have a family member in Wisconsin, you can hit the QR code, and that person in Wisconsin can get a direct message from me when there's warnings in their area. That's awesome. That's exactly what I've been wanting, something similar to that, and we're going to be rolling that out next week. It has a little bit of a cost to it, but we're talking, it's $1 a month type of deal. So it's a very very small fee wherever you go. If you're in Clinton and you take a trip to the campsite, or you take a trip to Garnett, Kansas, all you gotta do is just set follow me, and it's gonna weather call is gonna follow you, and you're gonna, if there's severe weather where you're at, then you're gonna get a phone call, and I'm gonna have a personal message to you telling you exactly what's going on and what safety steps you need to take. So very excited about that. Let's see here. What time do you think we'll be getting over here to Eldon? Alyssa asks. So let's just do a little timetable there for her. So it looks like the leading edge in Eldon. Did I pass it already? I probably did. Eldon's at 11:13 p.m. And that's assuming that the line stays at about the same speed there too, girls. So about 11:13. So about another hour or so. So they did allow that severe thunderstorm warning down for Vernon County to expire. They replaced that with a with a special weather statement for southern St. Clair County, all the way over to Hermitage, Lucas Speedway, Humansville, Wheatland, Stockton, Lamar, Nevada, El Dorado Springs, and Pittsburg, Kansas, for up to 50-mile-per-hour winds. And then we still have this severe thunderstorm warning for the next 18 minutes for Pettis County. It includes Otterville, Pilot Grove, Smithton, Sedalia. But I'm not seeing anything right now on any program that suggests that there's some strong winds right now. Let me show you guys. Down here, just kind of Smithton, just south of Otterville. Wouldn't be surprised to see if you guys are getting 40-45 mile an hour wind gusts right now down in that area. But I'm not seeing really anything severe to go along with that warning right now. But you still have that possibility. Remember, always respect the polygon. If you are in the polygon, you respect it. Even though you might look out in this blue sky. If you're in the polygon and it tells you to take cover, you take cover. That's just if we just remember that one little simple thing, respect the polygon, we'd be a lot safer. So and again, if just be prepared for up to a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. Power outage in Sedalia. So let's do this here real quick. Let's put this back on reflectivity. In case we have new people here. Remember, we've got a website that I done up for you guys. Let's see if I can kind of shrink this to fit here. That way you guys see everything. So here on Subby's Weather Talk, we've got radar. It is fully interactive. Matter of fact, you've got over 50 different radars: satellite, wind, thunder, dew point. You've got all these radars right there at your fingertip. We also have Futurecast. If you want to know, you click on this button here and go to clouds and precipitation. And say you want to know what tomorrow at 2 o'clock is going to be. You click on that, and we have most of the rain and thunderstorms down here in the Springfield area by that's 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And of course, we've got podcast. But what I was going to show you guys, if you click on the more button, we got local forecast. If you want to see what the forecast is for us, and that is done by my own exclusive model that a Swiss company has worked with me to come up with for West Central Missouri. So it's still kind of in a learning phase. It does utilize some AI products, so it's only going to get better as we continue to use it. But that is definitely out there for you guys to use. If you look under winter weather info, or if you want to go to Missouri power outage map, if you click on that, that's going to take you right to where there's any problems with outages right now. So right now, this particular program is not showing anybody out in Sedalia yet. But we just had a report there are some power outages in Sedalia right now. You can also go, if you do go to winter weather information, we have road conditions, Evergy, Osage Valley, Como, Sac Osage. You can click on one of them and it will automatically take you to their site. Right now, Como is not showing any outages in Sedalia, Marshall area, Benton County area. Not showing any outages yet, but it updates about every 5 minutes. So great website. It is made for you guys. It's totally free. Make sure you check it out. It has all my links to my live streams on it as well. And hey, if you want to click on Subby Swag, go get you a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, or if you want a tumbler. Got all different colors of tumblers out there. You want pink or green apple or black. So anyway, all kinds of goodies on Subby's Weather Talk if you guys want to go and purchase some Subby Swag. And I'm still running the program all through summer. If I see you out with a Subby's Weather Talk t-shirt on, or a hat, or you're drinking out of a tumbler, we're going to get our picture, and you're going to win a prize. That most of the prizes I carry them with me all the time, the prizes. And the prizes, most of them, are more than what you paid for that shirt or that sweatshirt. So we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning, and this is going to be for southern Vernon County. It's going to be for Jericho Springs, Stockton Lake, but mainly looks like Sheldon, Moundville, Lamar, Newport, Milford. Right down in this area is looks like the strongest part of this cluster of thunderstorms right now. That's going to be for the possibility of a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. And let's see here, somebody 73 Carson Corner south of Hermitage. There's Carson's Corner right there. So you're under a special weather statement for up to a 50-mile-per-hour wind gust. You're going to be getting this little cluster right over here near Wablo right now. So you can, it's going to be a couple wind gusts, some moderate rain, but that should be about it for you over there at Carson's Corner. Edmondson, Lakeview Heights, you guys are going to start getting some moderate rain, some showers your way. Not a lot of lightning, and doesn't look like really a whole lot of rain either. So that's good. You guys are still recovering from your 6 inches of rain you got a week and a half ago. Lightning struck very close to Southwest Village in Sedalia. And my neighbors don't have power. Oh, thank you. Thanks for letting me know on that, Whitney. Anybody has any family up here in northeast Missouri, up around Hannibal, New London, Bowling Green, Ladonia, Center, Perry? Very large severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds are possible in this area. That's up in northeast Missouri. And then, of course, we have this one here. 9 minutes left for this severe thunderstorm warning for Pettis County. It's just about out of Pettis County right now, moving over toward the Boonville, Tipton area, Pilot Grove, Otterville. So once we get this severe thunderstorm warning off the board for Pettis County, looks like I will probably go ahead and end the live stream for tonight, guys. We've been live now for right at 3 hours, tracking this line of thunderstorms through west central Missouri. So, of course, it's not like I'm going to be off of the live stream and go to bed. I'm going to be tracking these storms. But, we're looking at 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Make sure you guys have like a radar app on your phone or your tablet or your laptop. You kind of follow along, know where these storms are at, especially if you're camping. But really, for the most part, once we get this cell out of Pettis County and severe thunderstorm warning expires, the rest of the area is just going to be some rain and thunder showers for the next couple hours. And then probably after midnight, most of all of this is going to be out of our neck of the woods. But I'm going to hang out with you guys until this severe thunderstorm warning up here in Pettis County expires. This one down here in Vernon County, it's just about out of Vernon as well. It's going to be on down toward Lamar, Golden City, Greenfield. I know we've, let's see, we actually have a couple people that live down here in Carthage. Right now, this cluster of thunderstorms looks like it's going to stay probably just to your east there in Carthage. So I know we have a couple of members that live down in Carthage, so want to kind of give them kind of a heads up. You're probably going to get some thunderstorms, but I'd say you might luck out from the stronger wind threat that could be with any of those thunderstorms down in Carthage. Absolutely, Mary. Glad to have you. Glad to have you part of our group. Make sure also that you follow both. Let's see here. You are on YouTube. So if you are on Facebook, make sure you look up our group Subby's Weather Talk. We're about 20,000 strong, and I can pretty much let that page run itself because we have such great people from all across west central Missouri in our group. They update, especially during winter time. How awesome is that? I don't care what time you're getting out on the road, 2 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock at night. If somebody asks what the weather conditions are on a certain highway, certain road, somebody's been out in it. And they kind of talk back and forth, let them know how the road conditions are. We're a pretty tight-knit group, so make sure if you haven't already, make sure you jump on to our Subby's Weather Talk Facebook page. A lot of information is shared there. You bet, BJ. You bet, Mary. Hey, Jordan. Spring or summertime. That's the season that I could really do without. I got to have my spring for storms. I got to have my fall for football and high school, college football. And I got to have my winter for snow. So, out summer goes. We got about 3 minutes left on that severe thunderstorm warning for Pettis County. About 33 minutes left on this severe thunderstorm warning, but it looks like most of it is going to be out of the Vernon County area here in about 15-20 minutes. The strongest of the winds right now look like just south of Lamar. And again, don't be too surprised if you notice behind this main line there are a few little thunder showers and regular showers that are kind of popping up behind that. Those are not going to be severe, guys. So don't worry about if an hour from now you're up at Harrisonville and you hear a clap of thunder. Don't worry. They are not going to be severe. They're just going to be some leftover residual thunder showers, rain showers that are building on some little bitty outflow boundaries behind the line of rain-cooled air. But don't worry about those after we get through with this main line of thunderstorms. What do you mean, what's my favorite football team, Jordan? Holy cow, man. That you don't ask those kind of questions on here. Kansas City Chiefs, MIZ football, Missouri Football College, and of course Kansas City Chiefs. So let's take a look here real quick. We're getting ready to wind down on that severe thunderstorm warning for Pettis County. So for tomorrow, let me show you guys the So for tomorrow, guys, we are going to be part of West Central Missouri. Most of West Central Missouri is going to be in that level 1 out of 5 for severe thunderstorms. That's a marginal risk of seeing a severe storm. Now, that severe storm is basically just for the threat of an isolated 60 mile per hour wind gust. So again, the tornado threat, hail threat, next to zero. But it could have a couple of these isolated thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, could produce a 60 mile an hour wind gust. So that's what's in store tomorrow. A level 1 out of 5 is very small, but it's something to keep in the back of your mind, especially if you're camping tomorrow afternoon, or if you're planning on maybe heading up to the city, going down to Springfield, whatever the case may be. Please keep that in the back of your mind. You still need to be weather aware, and just kind of keep an eye on the skies for tomorrow afternoon. If you see those big cumulus clouds those towers begin to tower up vertically, that's the time that you really want to kind of keep your eyes open, check radar, make sure there's no storms around you. You just need to be weather aware for tomorrow afternoon. So right now we've got that severe thunderstorm warning has been allowed to expire for Pettis County. We still have a special weather statement out for Benton County. That's going to be around the Cole Camp, Stover. They're over in Morgan County line, down to Warsaw. And again, maybe a brief wind gust up to 40 miles per hour. Maybe some small pea-sized hail. But for the most part, just good old-fashioned summertime thunderstorms. This severe thunderstorm warning down here for Vernon County still has 28 minutes left, but it has pretty much moved out of Vernon County now. It's going to be affecting Jericho Springs, Newport, Lamar, Liberal. Pittsburgh, Kansas has a little bit of a cell right over Pittsburgh right now. And of course, this line will continue to sag to the south and affect Bolivar, Joplin, Neosho, but probably more so here in central and northeast Missouri is where most of the thunderstorm activity is going to be for the rest of tonight. So that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the donations, all of the kind words, all the reports. I love it. It's why I do what I do. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to me on our Facebook page. You can also utilize our website, Subby'sWeatherTalk.com. Right down at the bottom, it says Ask Subby a Question. You can click on that. It pops right up onto my phone, and I can answer any questions you have by just asking a question through the website as well. So everybody have a fantastic evening. Stay weather aware, and we'll be talking to you all soon.